A very good morning to all of you. Today, due to some technical glitch, I am going to take your attendance on the chat. So, I expect all of you to put good morning message. So, it's been recorded and we can have your attendance in writing. So, please oblige and those who have joined just now, just put a message in the chat box and your attendance will be taken. So, I think within 2 minutes, we all will be done and we start with our message lecture today. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope these 2 days were very enthusiastic and full of activities. Since we had Ganpati, many of you will also be busy with that. And I hope Ganesha blesses all of us in this difficult time and we all come through this very soon. So let us start with today's lecture without wasting much of time. In the last lecture, I have told you all to do a homework, and I know many of you would not be able to do it since it was a festival time for us, a vacation time. So many of you requested to postpone it, and we will do it on coming Friday. The task which I have given to you all. But still, I want to know if any one of you have tried or attempted because one PPT or one message I have got through the WhatsApp. So just let me check if any one of you have tried your hand over it. Okay, so Aparna says she has done it. Very good. Anyone else? Yes, Vinayak, I got your PPT. It's too good. I hope all of you follow suit, and in the next coming lectures, we will wish to see all of you performing well. Okay, so not many could attempt it, I guess. No issues. Those who have joined late, please put a message on the chat box so your attendance will be taken care of. I will not be wasting my time taking attendance on Google Meet. I don't know, there is some technical glitch. Okay. Thank you, Aparna. I'll try and keep it as regularly as possible to engage you all in such activities. It's fun for me also. It's knowledge for me also. Thank you. I think we all are going to enjoy it when actually we take that in our lecture session. So you all must be aware of there is a assessment coming up. You all must have got the timetable also. So definitely when our assessment will come up, before that I want you all to be ready with whatever we have been done in the class or online class to be more precise. I'm not got a single response from my students. If anyone is saying anything, yes, no, audible, not audible, please put it in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. Okay, Asma, thank you. I hope all of you are able to hear me. And
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
thank you,
ma'am.
Shrutika. Okay, good. All are doing well. Today
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see very less
Yes, ma'am.
attendance. Thank you, all
Yes,
of you.
ma'am.
I hope all remain in the this state of mind, active throughout my lectures all the time. Why there is attendance so less today? 5 people are missing. It was the same with the previous lecture.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So no issues with that. We'll start with our today's session. We'll continue learning horticulture as we do, and I wish the same that you all keep enjoying your lecture, and I also do the same. So just now I'm sharing my screen with you all. Let me just know if it is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So let us start with our session. Since you all are going to be busy with your assignments, studying. Uh, I hope we don't do much of the burden to you all. So soon I'll be sending you the notes for this, and definitely whatever the topics we are going to cover in the assignments that will be discussed. So again, we are here to study the horticulture and gardening one. And in that we have already discussed branches of horticulture. One of that we have already studied. So today, continuing with that, we'll be studying another of a branch, very important branch of horticulture, and that is pomology. The word looks so funny and so nice to me. Pomology कहने में भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है. With the slide, you all must have got to know what exactly it relates to. But let us see how this term is been made up of. The word pomology, how it is made up of. So it is composed of again two words. First is the pomum. Now pomum is a unit word that is singular in nature, and the plural of it becomes either pomo, P-O-M-O, or P-O-M-E, pome. So this means and logy, definitely this is two words which constitutes your pomology, the word. And the pomum means fruits, edible fruits, what we eat. And logy, you all must be knowing, is the science of or the study of. So what we are going to do, we are going to study or we are going to cultivate the cultivation of fruits, how these are cultivated, propagated, and everything related with the fruits. This much is very clear. The word composed of two words and how we study this. So let
Yes,
us move
ma'am.
further. Okay. So when we talk about fruits, we all should know what is the definition of fruits. What all things will be grouped under the fruit, what we are going to study. So the definition goes like fruit is a developed and ripened ovary or group of ovaries, often with adjacent floral organs and other plant parts. Now you can see there are few things which I have highlighted. So when we say it is a ripened ovary, what we want to say is it's a fertilization process which takes place, and after that the ovary gets matured, or even sometimes the group of ovaries, they also constitute one single fruit, not individual. It could be with the adjacent floral organ, any of the other organ can also take part in this, or any other plant parts, and which constitutes your fruit. Now, if we take this definition, then you all must say that most of the fruits, vegetables, even your grains, cereals, everything, so many of things come under this definition, because most of the things are part of your uh, ovary, or part related to with this, with seeds in it. So this definition is more like a botanical definition, which all doesn't constitute the fruit what we mean in our pomology. If we constitute pomology to be science of fruits, then all the fruits will be included in it. But then that is not the true. Do you all agree? अगर हम ये डेफिनेशन से बोलेंगे तो हमारे ऑलमोस्ट ऑल वेजिटेबल्स, मच ऑफ द वेजिटेबल्स, कुकुरबिट्स जो हम खाते हैं, सोलेनेसी फैमिली के जो वेजिटेबल्स हैं, भिंडी है, बैंगन है, टोमेटोज, दे ऑल विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन द फ्रूट्स. But that is not the case. So there is a change in the definition, or rather what we call it as a culinary definition of fruits. In the sense, what we eat as a fruit, when we say fruits and what we constitute fruits, those will be different kind. So what all that include? So here the edible part. So the one most important term has come. Whatever is the edible part of a plant, it could be tree, bush, or vine that contains seeds. Now, when we say that contains seeds, that means the fertilization of the ovary and the development of the seeds, that all part is taken care of. And the pulpy surrounding, whatever is surrounding, means the floral part, other floral part, and has a sweet or tart taste. So in that, it is edible, most important. It is one which is constituting your true fruit or a fruit made up of after fertilization, which is pulpy, sweet or tart in taste. Now sweet taste everyone knows. अभी सबने बहुत मीठा खाया होगा, मोदक खाया होगा, sweets खाया होगा. So everyone knows. Now can anyone tell me what is a tart taste? English
A
में
bit of a sour side.
yes, a bit sour side, or you may say mixture of sweet and sour. It is not totally sour and it is not totally sweet. जैसे कि citrus fruits होते हैं. Most of the citrus fruits they have tart taste. What we say. थोड़े खट्टे भी लगते हैं, मीठे भी लगते हैं, something in between. So even the sweet, अभी जैसे मैंगो भी है, हम बोलते हैं स्वीट है, मीठा है, बट उसके साथ there is a sour taste also involved. So that kind of taste. That is involved. So there are two definitions. One we can say is totally the botanical definition, which is not very much in use as we study the pomology. So there is another definition, that is the culinary definition, जो हम खाने की चीजों के लिए use करते हैं. That definition, and that is this, which take care of. Now it is edible part, and it has a taste also involved in it. Now you'll see most of the vegetables are not included in this because they don't taste sweet. Now tomato is an exception. It is also a vegetable, but sometimes it is sweet also. है ना? So most of the vegetables are taken care of. Now here we say even cereals have been excluded. Nuts जो हम खाते हैं वो भी fruit होते हैं, but they have also been excluded. So now we have very limited entities, items in our fruit range. And that is what we are going to study in the pomology. This much is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? ऐसा क्यों होता है? Yeah, okay. This much is clear. So let's go ahead. Again, as we are going to study something, we should know the classification of it. Now, again, the classification could be based on anything. So, first of all, why you need classification? That is very much important. So, let us see some of the points that why this classification becomes important. The first and foremost becomes like you identify a crop or a plant with its name. आपको एक नाम मिल जाता है, इसको ये बुलाना है, this is its botanical name or it is its common name. हिंदी में, मराठी में, इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं, like that. So to identify a crop or your plantation with a naming, this is the main objective. Then definitely there are other aspects related to it. As you know the plant, you definitely know so many of closely related. जैसे हम बोलते हैं citrus fruit. So we say बहुत सारे मौसम्बी, संतरा, कीनू सब उसमें include हो जाते हैं. All citrus fruits are included in that. So you know the relationship of every plants. Not all, but most of the plants, you get the relationship, how they are closely related to each other. Now, if we know that, what use we make of it? We make that use to create hybrids or the crossover products. अभी the best example is हम लोग जो बेर खाते थे, when we used to kid, what we used to get, bear used to be very small in size. नींबू जितनी भी नहीं होती थी, very small in size. And now what you get, a very huge big bear, मतलब वो bear जैसे भी नहीं लगता. Bear you all know, जुजुबे. बेर खाया क्या किसी ने, वो जो शंकर भगवान को चढ़ता है? usually get in end of the summer?
Yes, ma'am.
You are getting it, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Aparna, okay. Aparna knows. Anyone else? Ankita also knows.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, नहीं तो मैं बता रही हूँ और पता चल रहा है कौन सा चीज का बात कर रहे हैं मैडम, है ना? सो फॉर क्रॉसिंग ओवर, इफ दे आर रिलेटेड, क्रॉसिंग ओवर के लिए वी गेट टू नो देयर रिलेशनशिप. और अभी तो फ्रूट्स में बहुत सारे वेराइटीज आ गए हैं, so many different kinds we get to see. So that is very much important when you know a characteristics of a particular family or relation. Then that is also important for grafting or other uh, like modification issues जो हम grafting करते हैं. So we see compatibility, whether they are compatible to each other or no. Many a times you get a good product कि ग्राफ्टिंग के बाद आपको कुछ बहुत अच्छा न्यू प्रोडक्ट मिलता है. मेनी अ टाइम्स इट डजंट कंपेयर विद ईच अदर और कंपैटिबिलिटी नहीं होती है. सो दैट ऑल थिंग्स is taken care of when you know the plant very well, when you classify these all things according to their characteristics. And then definitely climatic conditions, how adaptable they are to the soil, what water conditions they will require, are they all compatible to one climatic conditions, or which changes they will require, sunlight की कैसे need होती है, water की कैसे need होती थी, how much they are tolerant to the salt. These all are also the things you will be sorted out when you classify your things in a particular way, particular manner. So there are so many other ways, बहुत अलग अलग टाइप के क्लासिफिकेशंस आपको मिलेंगे when we talk about fruits. मतलब आप अपने हिसाब से क्लासिफाई कर सकते हो. एक हो सकता है स्वीट फ्रूट, sour fruit, then tart fruit, fruit with alkaloids, fruit with vitamin A, fruits with. Now this is any kind of classification आप culinary ways में ले सकते हो. So what the most used one classification, the four which we will be talking about today is only the four, not all. They could be numerous, but we'll include some points, some basic points, and we'll classify them into four different methods. So one of the foremost जो हम लोग को पता होनी चाहिए, being a botanical students, botany के students, हम लोग को जो पता होनी चाहिए, that is the botanical classification. Now I will not go in detail what is botanical classification. You all must know it should have a family, genus, species. The classification we do based on that is your botanical classification. So that is one of the most like acceptable method, or you can say generalized method. Everyone have the same classification. Whole world follows the same classification kind of thing. Family, genus, species. And the second one comes is the morphology. Now we'll talk about morphology. Then the fruits have different kinds of morphology. आप लोग को पता ही होगा, किसी को डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज के फ्रूट्स होते हैं, ट्रू फ्रूट्स होते हैं, एग्रीगेट्स होते हैं, मल्टीपल्स होते हैं. अलग अलग मॉर्फोलॉजी के हिसाब से वी कैन क्लासिफाई देम. सो दिस क्लासिफिकेशन ब्रॉडली इज क्लासिफाइड इनटू फोर डिफरेंट टाइप्स. दैट इज सिंपल फ्रूट्स, complex fruit, which will have other of the floral organs also taking part in it, then aggregate, and then multiple. Aggregates whereby many floral parts they will combine together to form one, and multiple, within one fruit you will have many smaller parts to it. So this is one of the classification methods by which we can classify fruits. Then again, definitely you can classify them according to their climatic conditions, where they are native to or where they are growing rapidly. Tropical fruits, depending on the temperature and water conditions, subtropical, and temperate fruits. This is very broad classification criteria. We can say almost all fruits we can classify according to these methods. And then the foremost is according to the photo period. This is related to the cultivation methods, what we will be following. All the flowering method, what we will be seeing in that. And that comes your long day, short day, and day neutral. I hope that these terminologies you all are familiar with. Do you all know what is a long day, short day plant? Okay, have you all studied this before? Photoperiodism?
Yes, ma'am. SY में पढ़ा था.
SY में पढ़ा था ना? In detail, I think you all must have studied this. And only one? सिर्फ कुणाल ने पढ़ा था? Anyone else? Say, speak up. कुछ हाँ नहीं ऐसे बीच में बोलते रहो.
मैम अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है.
अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है. कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. और किसी को याद नहीं आ रहा है या याद आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am. पढ़ा तो है. Means
पढ़ा है
इसमें
ना?
या long day शायद से ऐसा कुछ था कि it shows the tendency to bear the flowers during the day only. Long day plants and short day plants they require short day plants they require what you can say more dark period.
Yes,
And short
yes.
and day
Very
neutral
correct.
plants and day
Day
neutral
neutral.
plants they are not going to be affected by a dark period or light period. Okay, they're going to be carried out the flowering as per the vegetative reproduction get completed.
Yes, yes, perfectly right, perfectly right. So they all are related to the photo period. That is how much duration of light they are getting, and it is related to their flowering. How flowering occurs related to the light period or the photo period. So this indirectly correlates with your season because as the season changes, the light period also changes. So this is related to how you will see the flowering in a plant related to the light temperature. So accordingly, they are classified. So all long day plants you can plant during one season, all short day plants you can plant during one season. Or if you are having some artificial cultivation methods, then you will know how much of light to be given to this particular lot. So for that, this is also very much important. You are getting it now. This is something which we have already studied in relation to the olericulture, in relation to the vegetables. So most of the things are continued with that. Only thing we have to study in relation to the fruits. So this should be somewhat a repetition kind, isn't it? मुझे तो ऐसे लग रहा है. So it should be easier for you to comprehend. जो मैं बोल रही हूँ थोड़ा समझने के लिए. Now we all know there are so many types of fruits, and there has to be some importance to it. They should be important. So let us see why these fruits are important. Now this slide you all must be aware of. When I'm going to this slide, you all should remember our previous lecture. So now we talk about the importance of pomology. There are numerous points they are importance. Can anyone just recall one or two? What could be importance of pomology? Why you feel fruits are important for you as a student, or for me as a teacher, or in general?
Nutrition.
Yes, don't be a passive learners. कुछ बोलो. अरे अच्छा लगता है ऐसे बोलो ना मैडम. खाने में अच्छा लगता है फ्रूट्स. जैसे मैंगो का सीजन आता है, खाने में अच्छा लगता है. That is one of the importance. You feel appetized towards it, isn't it?
Nutrients, ma'am.
Very correct, Akshata. Nutrients, most important thing uh, for a
Nat-
vegetable.
Naturally low in calories, ma'am.
Very good. They are naturally low in calories. Except few fruits, most are rich in nutrients and not so calorie rich if you compare. Anything else?
They are healthy, tasty.
Yes, Asma?
Healthy, tasty.
Yes, they are healthy, they are tasty. Good. Anything else? Something else. Not just as a person, but something as a community, something as a nation.
मैम इनकॉन सोर्स भी होता है ना उसमें.
Yes?
Income source.
Very correct. Very correct. This is in source of income. Good. Okay. So you all are coming to points. Some of it. So let me start with what all topics could be, why they are important. So they are nutritionally very valuable. Now, as you all know, there goes a saying, a proverb: "An apple a day keeps doctor away." Now you can modify it: "A banana a day keeps a doctor away." So definitely, they are very nutritive. They are very healthy. Most of the vitamins, minerals, they are provided by the food fruits. And for a vegetarian diet, fruits become a must. So nutritionally, they are very valuable. They could be grown on a barren land. Now, there are certain fruits which do not require a very stringent condition, watering conditions. The best example I can say you pomegranate, your anar. Anar is something which can grow like anywhere. You don't require particular strict this thing. Definitely, if you are going for a crop, you have to have maintained certain standards in it, but it is like cultivated where the less water capacity is also there. Even custard apple. So जो हम खेती के लिए जो लैंड नहीं यूज कर सकते हैं, वी कैन ट्राई आउट pomological crops over there. So that is one of the important thing. Then they are the source of raw material for most of the industries. Fruits के ऊपर बहुत सारी industries dependent होती हैं. You can name any jam, jelly, sauces, what we are going to study in our SEM6. These all have base in the fruit industry. Then you have juices, beverages. So the raw material is provided by the fruits which we cultivate. Then it generates employment. As you know, this is also an extensive labor related work. जहाँ पे not automations, not every step is automated. So you require a lot of labor in that, and that generates employment. Definitely, that also adds cost to it. What we do as a crop, but still it is beneficial for the nation also. आप अगर एक ऑर्किड लगा रहे हो एंड इफ यू आर पुटिंग 3 persons or 4 persons on job to take care of it, then definitely you are generating employment. And then this is source of income not only for the owner but one which is working, but only all for those who are related to it, like industries. They flourish because this is going to flourish, so it's a source of income. Then industrial development occur. You have a huge market for fruits, then export will increase definitely. Then transportation has to be there. You generate employment to those which are doing transportation, retail, wholesaler, everyone. The industry develops. Then seed market, fertilization market, equipments for your horticultural. These all are dependent on when you are going to do crop like cultivation. So this is also one of the most important part of it. Then definitely the yield is quite good as compared to the cereals, and it also generates foreign exchange for the country. Whenever the things are exported, you get a foreign exchange. Is this concept clear? What is a foreign exchange? What you get? How many of you are having an idea how this foreign exchange works? This is not horticultural topic, but just as a curiosity. No, no one, anyone? Yeah.
Ma'am, as you said, when the exporting of the fruits and fruits are going to be taken place, so we get the money from that other country. So that other country money will have to ultimately increases. When we going to talk about our country, it have to increases the GDP of our country ultimately. So just because of that, it ultimately have to improve our economy too, ma'am.
Yes, yes, very correct. You should be aware of these important things also. foreign exchanger, this is something like that. If I am not able to give you something, I also don't have rights to ask for something from you. So अगर मुझे किसी कंट्री से कुछ लेना है, so I should have something to give them in their need, what is required for them. So that way you get foreign currencies, and then only you can buy something from them. Like most important is like oil is very important. If you have to get oil from the countries which are supplying oil, natural oil, I also should be able to give them something which they require. So that way the foreign exchange goes. If I'm giving you this much money in your currency, then I am able to take that much from you. So that's why foreign exchange is also very important as a growth of a nation. So global scenario, we can see this, we have already seen that India is lagging way behind and has the capacity to increase lot more in the fruits and vegetable market. And many have taken initiatives in this regard also. Horticulture has been a topic of the talk in the recent 5-year plannings. So this is a very good sign if it is increasing. Then fruits have only 50% of the margin of vegetables in the horticulture production. What we see today, it's only 31% of the total horticulture produce, what India does. You all can see this is a not the latest data, it's a 5-year-old data, but it's a representative because we grow in the same scenario. Then these are the some leading states which I think this slide is cracking. कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है क्या? Okay. So Maharashtra is doing good in if we talk about fruits, and the topmost is the Andhra Pradesh. Now you'll see in the department of cereals or vegetables, Andhra Pradesh was lagging way behind. It's something around 7-8%, 6%. But here it is increased a lot. It's 17% of the total. I think the highest of it, which is producing fruits. So that's good. And still Maharashtra has a lot of scope. You can see here Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, those who are leading in the vegetables, are not so way ahead in the fruit producing industries. So that is also one of the things. Now how fruits fare in the share. Now what is the most important fruit which is like cultivated and exported? This is in relation to the export. So we would have thought mangoes or apples to be the on topmost list, but we can see that the banana, it is topping the chart with the 38% being exported. Second is by mango, that is 21% of fruit market constitutes of mango, which is exported. And then we have citrus fruits and others constitutes very less, approximately 30% or so. And this is very different as even I would have expected. I would have said banana is very staple diet who exports bananas. But this was a good treat for me also, an eye-opener that yes, it's very important fruit as others are also important. So let us go ahead. This part, we are not yet done with the other, and so I would not wish you to give another of a homework. First, let us finish off what we have already taken, the vegetables, the ABC of vegetables. Okay, you all could be very frank. Anyone who has any problem with this assignment is not able to do this assignment, any sort of problem, then you can let me know this. Because if you're not able to do it on PPT presentation, अगर आपको लग रहा है आप नहीं कर सकते हो PPT, you have any difficulty, then there is no problem. You can write it down, you can draw it, you can paste it. But I must say all my students should attempt this. Because if you go through this process, you will understand and you will remember so many things. अभी आप बोलोगे मैडम हमको तो सिर्फ एक ही अल्फाबेट दिया है, मतलब वही प्लांट का हमको पता चलेगा. It is not like that. When we will compile everyone will have some or the other name. So at least those many names you will remember, you will recall when you will see in the PPT or in a presentation form or something written. And apart from that, you will also get to know how you should study about this. So if anyone has any problem, please let me know beforehand. Otherwise, in our next session, I expect all my students to be ready with their vegetable PPT. Is that okay? No,
Yes,
okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
not
Okay.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, I guess only there are 3 or 4 students who are present in my lecture.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I got in chats. Kali Singh, good. Ankita, okay, yes. So you all are ready. I suppose all are ready. There is no excuse now. Okay. So I am also looking forward to it that you all like learn something new. You all will be presenting your PPT, so you will also get to know how easy it is or how difficult it is. So I'm done with my today's PPT presentation. It's good that we have few minutes left with us, so we can have a one-on-one chat and let me see all my students if they are which wavelength. Okay, thank you, Shrutika, for coming in the PPT presentation. Good, Rahul. Janvi, very good. Okay, yes, I'm not able to see any one of you. All are afraid of the recording, I guess. Hello, Vinayak.
Hi,
Good
ma'am.
to see you. Hello. What about others? Okay, Akshada, thank you. Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
Aparna. हेलो हेलो कुणाल गणपति कैसे हुआ
Hey,
एनीवन
Abhibi.
हैविंग है अभी भी कितने दिन का
11.
ओहो मतलब धमाल है
हाँ.
isn't it